Hey guys, this is Dani Reads, and this is my March TBR. So I don't have a very big list of things that I want to get through this March, just because I'm such a mood reader that there are a couple of things that I definitely want to get through, and then after that it'll be whatever I'm in the mood for. So let's just get into it. So the first book that I am currently reading, and I just started the other day, is Yellow Brick War by Danielle Page. Yes, this is just the dust jacket. I have the book in my bedroom over there because I am reading it right now, and I never read my hardcovers with the dust jacket on. So this is the third book in the Dorothy Must Die trilogy. Can't tell you anything about it because that would spoil everything. So essentially, this series starts is with a girl named Amy, and she gets dropped into Oz, and she needs to figure out a way to kill Dorothy to then save Oz, because Dorothy has become evil and power hungry. So it just goes through Amy's adventure in trying to kill her. And these books are incredible. If you have not picked them up, they're a great retelling. Danielle Page does a really, really great job at just painting the world of Oz, and it just gives you such a bigger picture of what Oz was like. If you've watched The Wizard of Oz, you kind of, I don't know, it's just a very whimsical kind of story with kind of a darker twist to it, because obviously she has to kill Dorothy, so murder is always a dark thing to talk about, obviously. But yeah, I'm really excited to get this done and finish up yet another series. So the next book that I'm going to be continuing reading in March, because I did not finish it in February, obviously, is Game of Thrones by George R.R. Martin. I am listening to this on audiobook because big books scare me. So I am listening to this. I'm over halfway through with it now, and I'm really liking the story. It's just a little bit hard to get through because I've already watched the TV show, and they did a really good job of making the TV show very, very similar to the books. So it's just kind of like, oh, I know what's going to happen next. It's just a little bit tough to get through. But it is kind of nice to be in the heads of these characters and not just seeing what the film is portraying. Like now I'm actually seeing like what they're thinking instead of just what they're saying. So I'm still really, really, really enjoying it. I'm definitely gonna knock this out only because it's due at the library in like a week. But yeah, I will definitely be finishing this in March, and I'm really excited to do that. The next book that I am going to finish this month, and I am going to finish it, I have been reading this for about a year now, and that is Outlander by Diana Gabaldon. I love this book. I don't know why I'm struggling through it so hard, but I do really, really, really enjoy this book. So I did get the audiobooks from my library, and I'm just going to listen to the rest of it because I really want to know what happens. I just don't think I have the patience to sit there and actually physically read it. Because like I said with Game of Thrones, big books are scary. That's just it. They're scary. And I love this so much that I really, really do want to get into it. So I think I'm just going to read the rest of the series as audiobooks as well, because I really want to see where it goes, because Diana Gabaldon just does a really, really good job at historical fiction. So the next book that I am listening to on audiobook currently is The Knife of Never Letting Go by Patrick Ness. This has just been a good in between from when I'm reading Game of Thrones, because I can only listen to so much Game of Thrones before it's just a lot. I just have always had a problem, like a struggle with like the language and or I shouldn't say the language, the dialect that is used in those kind of books. So this is just a good way to break it up. I'm enjoying it so far. I'm probably only like an eighth of the way through. But it is a good book. So this is a story about a boy who is living in this world where only men exist, and they can hear every single one of each other's thoughts, and they can see everything that, like any kind of picture that they put in their mind, everyone else can see, and it's non-stop. And so what they call this hearing of the thoughts is called the noise, and it's just on all the time. So the main character, Todd, is hunting through the swamp one day looking for apples for one of the men that he lives with, because Todd is only 12, when he notices a rip in the noise. And what that essentially means is that in that one space of the universe, if he, you know, was in it, he can hear nothing. He doesn't hear anybody's thoughts. It's completely quiet. And that's when all the trouble starts. So that's as far as I've gotten. I'm assuming then Todd goes on this adventure to kind of figure out what the heck is going on. And I'm really excited to see where this goes and to read the rest of the trilogy. The next book that I plan on reading is Hunters of the Dusk by Darren Shan. This is the 7th book in the Cirque du Freak series. I've just been slowly reading through these. They're pretty short. They're only like 200 pages and the wording is pretty big. So these are just nice books to read in between to break up the monotony of like bigger books or heavier books, because these are just super light, fun. The story just follows a half vampire through figuring out how to be a vampire, and all these different things happen. Or him and his vampire, I don't know, he's essentially like his dad because he like made him a half vampire or whatever, but it's just him and, you know, his leader going around and just kind of fixing problems where needed and, you know, just learning the ways of being a vampire. So I have been loving this series. If you haven't picked it up, you should. It's a 12-book series, but they're super easy to get through, and they're definitely, even if you don't read them all at once and you just kind of break it up like I'm doing, you can easily jump back into the series. It could be months and you'll just jump right back into it, no problem. So yes, I'm going to be reading this month. The next book that I'm going to be reading in the month of March, I did start quite a bit ago, but I didn't get very far. So I might read it from the beginning because I'm not that far. Yeah, I only got to page like 30. So I'll probably just start it from the beginning and read it, but Heather, my spouse, has recommended this series to me, so I'm finally going to at least start it. And that is The Testing by Joelle Carbonneau. That's her name. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right. Sorry if I'm not. I'm not very good with names. So The Testing is about this test that you have to take when you're a certain age, and then if you pass it, you get like sent off to the big city to do like this super secret project, I think, or something like that. And that's all I really know about it. That's all I want to know about it going into this. I enjoyed the first 30 pages that I read. I just put it down because I had other things that I wanted to read first, and starting a new series is always really daunting for me because I have so many series that I've already started that I should finish first. So yeah, but since I already did start reading this a little bit, I am just going to pick it up and rock through it this month. And the last book that I am maybe going to venture into rereading this month, and that is Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire by J.K. Rowling. I have read the Harry Potter books up to the 6th book chapter, like one of the last chapters of the 6th book. I literally read up until like right before him and Harry and Dumbledore go into that cave to find that necklace. Literally put it down and never picked it up, and that was over 10 years ago probably that I did that. So what I'm doing now is I'm just rereading all the Harry Potter books and then reading the last couple chapters of the 6th book for the first time and then reading the 7th book for the first time. Yes, I have seen all the movies. I know it's not the same, but I'm getting there. So yeah, I might try and read some of this big chunker this month. I love Harry Potter and I love being in the world, so even if I had read all of them before, rereading them is just so special, and I feel like I find new things about the book every single time I read it, which is really great. It's like, it's like magic that I'll read it and then a couple of years later I'll read it again and maybe it's just my new perspective, but then I'll see something differently, and I think that's really cool. So yeah, so if I get through all the other books that I already talked about, this would be the next one. All right, guys, that is it for my March TBR. What are you reading this month? You should let me know down below, and or if you have any feelings about the books I am reading this month. And yeah, that's all I have. I will see you on Wednesday with another video. Keep reading, keep smiling. Bye, guys.